renewal of mind and reconfiguration of our thoughts that we are able to position ourselves to receive all the blessings that God has set aside for us. For it is not us who are waiting for the blessing, but rather the blessing that is waiting for us to be in the right frame of mind to receive it.
I hear a clarion call. It's time to rise and shine. Time to get what's mine. Yeah.
Dai family, and welcome to another episode of Dr. Mumbi's Spiritual Show. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray, family, that you are well in all your ways and that you're moving into living life in the new earth, that you're anchoring yourself in. I love to hear all the stories from you guys about how, all the magical and miraculous things that are unfolding in your life. And it is a bit of a balancing act, family, because an old world is dying away and we're entering a new world. And so, it's like when you graduate from high school to university or college or something, you still have your old friends and that whole dynamic, your family where you used to live and stuff. But especially if you're going to a whole other country or something like that, there's like a whole new world waiting for you, but you're still kind of tethered to this. And that's the challenge that many of you are finding. And, family, it's getting really tricky out there. Of course, we acknowledge the ancestors in the wind. There's actually a massive storm coming into the ocean where I am, family. Very interesting activity in the clouds, but I'll try and get through this. I hope the sound isn't as distorted as, I hope you'll be able to hear me, because this is a really important message. Because, family, we're getting into a time when we're going to have to keep the truth to ourselves, or keep the truth for people who are of like spirit, like soul, like mind. And especially if you're living in Babylon, I've had so many interactions with people where, especially the show I did the other day where I was talking about the okie doke and how so many people fell for it and took it and were pressuring others to take it. And it might, and some of you were telling me it reached a point where you just had to tell certain ignorant family members or, the office or whatever. You just had to tell them, I took it, whatever. I took the okie doke. I'm with you people. But well that you didn't, family. And I think that even now, moving forward, there is a disconnect. There are those who have gone left and there are those who have gone right. There are those who have chosen to stay in the Matrix, family. Sadly, a lot of them were the ones who got the jab. But others, even just because of their mindset, because of lack of healing, because of lack of moving themselves forward, they find themselves entrapped in a certain reality. And then we have those who are moving into the new earth. You've graduated from the narcissistic death culture of Babylon. You've overstood it and understood it. You've seen how they used to manipulate you, how you were manipulated, how they were just always toying with your emotions. You've gotten over that. You can see it so clearly now. And you've opened yourself up now to new opportunities, a brand new book of life, a brand new kind of interaction, family. And you are literally in another world. And so when you interact with this world, they're going to think you're crazy if you tell them some of the things that are happening in your reality, in your new earth reality, because they can't see it. And so I think it's very important now. You have to be very discerning who you're sharing your stories with, who you're sharing your wins with, because the people of this world are still operating the way they were operating when we were blind and we were asleep and we didn't know. They're still hexing each other. They're still cursing each other. They're still trying to rob blessings of others. We've just come out of that atmosphere. That's what happens when you ascend. Ascend is a mental, where you enter a portal or you go through a portal in your own mind that takes you from this reality of pain, anxiety, competition, jealousy, envy, all of that. And you literally push yourself up and you come above it. So you can see it. Sometimes you have to interact in it, but you're of a higher mind now. You've graduated to a higher, more sophisticated thinking. And these people, they've not changed. So that's one of the ways you know that your family members, your friends didn't make it to the new earth, is that nothing has changed in their life. The narrative remains the same. The same things you guys talked about 2 years ago, the same things you guys talked about 5 years ago, the same things you talked about a decade ago, the things that you used to bicker on, argue over. It's the same narrative. They're stuck in a loop, family. They're stuck in a loop. Because you see, what you do is the world is going like this. There's different like loops before you can spiral, get on the spiral and spiral up. So you jump from this time loop to another time loop to another time loop until you get on the spiral. And now where you've released all these conditioning narratives that create limitations, and now you're able to spiral up because your mind is free to move with the flow and manifest as you're moving. So the first sign that your family didn't make it is nothing has changed in their lives. The second sign is they fell for the big fat lie. They fell for the Babylon agenda, and they got the double Big Mac, as we were calling it earlier. And they actually will, those are the ones you even tell, yeah, I got it too, I'm on my fourth booster. Because they will eventually be a danger. I shared a story with you a couple of days ago, a week or so ago, where now those that fell for the government agenda were blaming those that didn't take it and saying we should have warned them, when you remember how ostracized we were with them. So that one of the biggest signs is they took the okie doke. Another sign is that they're fully in the news cycle of the Matrix. Fully. They can tell you yesterday this happened in Turkey, this happened here, this happened there. Like their whole life is the Babylon narrative. How, oh my God, the economy is collapsing. Oh my God, the bank did this. Oh my God, this is happening. This person got sick. This happened with this president. There was riots in this country. Like they're fully family in the news cycle. They're fully in the narrative. That's another big sign, because one of the big signs for us is that once we enter the new earth, we're not able to really keep up with the story, the narratives of Babylon, because it's all just gibberish, family. It's all just what they want you. They're just energy harvesters, and it's what they want you to think, but it's not what's really going on. Another thing I've found, family, is that those who did not make it, their health is not stable. They're always coming down with the flu and coming down with this. Anytime there's a weather change, they're suffering. Whereas you, it's like you're boosted, you're regenerated, you have more energy, you're really into a balanced diet and prevention more than cure. So because you're so, your food is your medicine, all the fruits and vegetables and just even your consciousness, your mind is your medicine. You find that you get less sick, or you're rarely sick unless you really put yourself in a bad vibration for an extended period of time, where you wind your body into dis-ease. But for those who have not made the transition, they're in constant anxiety because Babylon is amping up the pressure. They're amping up they're squeezing it in. And so you'll notice a lot of people who are in the Babylon system are constantly worried about this happening and that happening and this going wrong and this. So anyone who is always anxious and even you feel that anxiety vibration from them because they want you to be worried, they want you to be this. Because if you've gotten your spiritual foundation, you're going to be fine. It may get a little hairy sometimes. It may get a little like a cliffhanger. You may feel like you're on a cliffhanger situation, but you'll be just fine. But trust me, those that are in the Matrix, they have no idea what's going on because the Matrix people have no idea what's going on. They've been taken over by AI. They are now in an artificial, and they've yielded their power to artificial intelligence, hoping that that will save their lives. Hoping that merging with artificial intelligence will enable them to stay on Mama Earth for longer because they can't do it spiritually. There's so much spiritual activity at this time. We acknowledge the ancestors in the wind. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back. Escape to Paradise at the Maya Miko Collective within Diani, Kenya. Welcome back, family, to the Dr. Mumbi Spiritual Show. I really apologize for the wind. There's a massive storm coming in. Who knows if it's hot or what, from Mozambique, from the Indian Ocean, what they call the Indian Ocean. It's more the African Ocean. So I really hope you'll be able to hear me. I really want to kind of finish this message. It's so important. And I've been talking about the signs. I don't know if I'm going to do, I had said 5, but I don't know if there'll be more than 5 or less than 5, that show you that your family member, your friend, your significant other did not make the transition into the new earth. You can usually see it physically, but it's usually how they're thinking. So you can usually see it physically. Their physical health is not strong. It's not robust. They keep coming down with the flu and all these other things. The second thing that I think I meant, I don't know, this is not going to be in any kind of order, family, is they're in the Babylon news cycle. Like, it's all about what Babylon is saying. It's all about the Bible, this disaster, this, that. They're totally in the Babylon narrative and they take it as truth. The third thing, family, is anxiety. I found that a lot of the people who are currently in come on, sir. I found that a lot of people, family, who didn't make the transition to the new earth are so anxious because, as I said, Babylon has really turned up the pressure. Another thing, family, is that they're constantly negative. You'll find that a lot of people that didn't make the transition are so negative, family. Every conversation is about how this is going wrong, how that is going wrong. I will stop it. In their lives, how there's this issue, how there's another certain other issue. Errol! Stop. I'm not going to cut this. They're always talking about how there's always a woe is me. And, but they're constantly negative. They're constantly talking about how it won't work. If you were to share some of the magical things that are happening in your new earth reality, they would try and convince you that you're crazy or you're dreaming or it would never work. These are the Debbie Downers who will always want to tell you that something is going wrong. I think he's feeling my energy, family. Oh, come on. Hey, come on. Sir Errol, stop it. Stop it. So, sorry, family. Oh, my God. And they're constantly complaining, family. Stop it. Stop it. Errol, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Hey, stop it. Stop it. And the thing is that it's actually a delay. Stop it, Errol. Come on, stop. Sorry, excuse me, family. Seriously. This is so crazy. The reason I'm laughing is I was watching someone else and she was giving a message and I think her, I don't know if it was her dog or her cat got in the way. Anyway, stories for the days. And I was thinking about, oh my God, that's so annoying. And here I am. But yeah, my dog, Sir Errol, he's feeling the energy. He's feeling the vibe. So they'll poo-poo on your parade. That's another sign that they don't make it because they can't see with a positive light. Whereas if you've made it, you went to hell and back to make it onto the new earth. So what you're seeing is like, it's from here, it's just up and up and up. You're seeing goodness. You're seeing lights at the end of the tunnel. You're like, I made it. But a lot of these people, they're not in that. So they can't see what you can see. And it's reached a point where they'll even like make fun of spirituality or make fun of certain, conversations that they would, you'd be having with them. They may even label you as the crazy one in the family. And that's how you're even be grateful for that label, family. Be grateful. Because Shaz shows you that your world and theirs are two separate things. Be very, very grateful, family. And another thing I've noticed, although this one, let me know if you've noticed this in the comments below, but I've noticed that those that took the okie doke, or those that really, actually it's mainly the ones that took the okie doke, but those that are really in the Babylon system, they've become more aggressive, more like you have to believe their narrative. They've become more rigid, less tolerant, more stuck in their ways, more stuck in the Babylon matrix. Their mind is not expanding. It doesn't have room for expansion. So there's conversations that you can't have with them because it will just be a debate. And I told you, family, the age of debating is over. The age of trying to convince anybody of anything is gone and done. We are in a new dispensation. And so if you're doing too much convincing, family, then you're probably with the wrong people, or your family member, your friend, whatever, didn't make the transition. Let me know, family, if there's any other indicators that would help our extended, awakened, and evolving family to avoid these people. And the reason I'm even sharing this, family, is because as soon as as these people become more aware of the fact that they're not going to heaven, they are going to become some of the most dangerous liabilities in your life, because they will hate you for making your choice. They will forget that they tried to convince you and blackmail you. I was so sorry to read some emails where parents were kicking children out of their homes if they didn't take the okie doke. My heart weeps for you guys. But as their consciousness is overtaken by AI, they are literally not going to be themselves anymore. And they will be a threat to you, your stability, your peace, your new earth existence, which is why now we've already been spending so many years being physically separated from such people. Hey! So please, family, be aware now of those who are still in the Babylon system, and share less with them. Learn to share less. Learn to just be in the narrative they think. As I said, have one story that you always tell them, because they're becoming increasingly dangerous in their ignorance. I'd love to hear from you in the comments, family. And if you're interested in renting our space, definitely get in touch here at the Mayamiko Collective. Tuko pamoja.
Hear a clarion call. It's time to rise and shine. Time to get what's mine, yeah. And I want it all, beyond the riches of the world, to the promises of God for my life.